Hello, welcome to the Stretford Enders. This is your latest Manchester United news with United's game against Leeds being called off this weekend. I just thought I'd come on and do some extra content, talk about how well I think Erik ten Hag will do as Manchester United manager, talk about how I feel our season has gone so far, and just cover how I feel how well I think we'll do this season and where we'll finish in the league as well. So let's start with Erik ten Hag. I think Erik ten Hag will do very well as Manchester United manager. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure coming into a club. Obviously, there is a difference between managing Ajax and coming into the Premier League, managing still one of the biggest clubs in the world. But I do think Erik ten Hag is up to that challenge, and I think there was a lot of question marks of whether Manchester United made the right appointments when it comes to the management side of things. But I do think United have got it right. I think Erik ten Hag did a very exceptional job at Ajax, and I think he'll do very well at Manchester United. I think he's one of these managers that won't take any messing about. I think we've seen that already. I think we've already seen that he's not scared of dropping players that he doesn't believe that are good enough to play in this Manchester United team. And I think that he has made the right decisions, especially with players like Harry Maguire. I think Harry Maguire, he doesn't, in my personal opinion, he doesn't deserve to be playing in this Manchester United team. Looking at some of the performances he's put in, some United fans will agree with that. Other United fans won't. But every Manchester United fan is going to have their own personal opinion on Harry Maguire. I mean, the signings that Erik ten Hag has made and the players that we brought in over the summer transfer window, I think it's really positive signs. I think probably the most positive. I think we're in the best possible situation now than we've probably been over quite a number of compared to the last 10 seasons. Yes, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We're still very early on in Erik ten Hag's managerial career at Manchester United, and it's still very, very early on in the season. I mean, pre-season, it was a really good pre-season for us. There was high expectations going into the start of the new season. Our season didn't start off the way that we wanted it to. The first game, Brighton at home, I thought we were terrible. We were even worse against Brentford. But Erik ten Hag has turned it around, and I think after we lost against Brentford, the way that we lost, and our next game then was against Liverpool. I'm sure, like myself, there was lots of other United fans thinking, this game could either go one or two ways. Either the United players will turn up for this game, or we'll take a right battering from Liverpool. But whatever ten Hag said worked, because the players played extremely well. And I think since that game, I think you can see that the mood, the attitude has definitely changed in the players. Yeah, we lost against Real Sociedad in the Europa League. I didn't watch that game, so I was in work, but from what I was told, I think we were lacking creativity going forward, which I think is a worry. I'll get in throughout the video. I think we played really well against Arsenal in the league a few weeks back. I thought they put a lot of pressure on us for large parts of that game. I think we did extremely well to see through that pressure. I think we worked well as a unit. I think we worked well as a team. I think compared to times last season, I think if it was looking back at last season, I don't know, would we won that game with all the pressure that Arsenal was putting on us? No, I think the attitudes last season was a lot different. I think you can definitely see what Erik ten Hag is doing, even at this early stage of the season. He wants the players to have the right attitude, winning mentality to go out and believe that they can win football games. And this is something that we haven't seen as supporters. This is probably something that we haven't seen for 10 years or more since Sir Alex Ferguson was manager at Manchester United. So it's it's promising. It's good to see the. I've definitely seen a difference in Bruno Fernandes at the start of the season compared to times last season. Marcus Rashford, he looked, just to pick one game in particular, I thought Marcus Rashford played really extremely well against Arsenal a couple of weeks ago, but he needs to keep on doing that. I think I'm not quite sure what happened with the lad last season, but he just wasn't it at all. And I think if there's a season where we need more players like Marcus Rashford the most, I think this season is the season. So I do think we need a big season. We need to make sure that we're finishing in the top four. There's a lot of talks. There are talks from United fans saying that we're in the title race. Yeah, we've had we've turned a bad start of the season around to a very good point, a very good position. It's unfortunate that the last couple of games have been called off, but it's understandable due to the sad news that the Queen passed away. So you can understand why those games were called off. But I think United have built something. That there was some good momentum going there, and the players' confidence. You could see the players' confidence was definitely growing. We got the international break now. So probably something that Erik Ten Hag didn't want. Just got to hope that players come back fully fit, and nobody comes back with any injuries. And then we got that come back from the international break, and we got that huge game against Manchester City. They will be favourites to win that game. But as long as these group of players believe and they go into that game with the right attitude, then we got every chance of beating Man City. We've done it before. We'll do it again, and I think if we can go there and come away with a positive result, then it's just the confidence of these players will just to keep on building. But in regards to title, reading comments from United fans saying that United are now in a title challenge. We can't get too carried away. Yes, we're in a much better position than we have been for probably quite a few years, especially with the quality of players that we signed, that we've brought in at Manchester United. I think the partnership of Varane and Martinez, I'm hoping that's going to be a long-term partnership in that defence. I think they work well. I think they definitely work well together. I think there's a few things that Martinez, but he's got a few bad habits that he needs to get out of the system. But I'm sure Erik Ten Hag will work with him on that. Christian Eriksen. To get a player of Christian Eriksen's quality on a free, I think it's an extremely very good transfer business by Manchester United. I think he did struggle at times against Arsenal a few weeks back, but going for his decision making when United were counter-attacking, I think that's why he's been brought in. He's an intelligent player. He is good on the ball, and I think if Erik Ten Hag can work with him in regard to strengthening and becoming a better player in certain areas in that midfield, I think he'll have a massive part in our season. The signing of Anthony, obviously there's a massive risk with the price tag. But he scored his first goal against Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. He'll have the knowledge of playing under Ten Hag. He will know what expectations Erik Ten Hag will want of him, and hopefully he can put that into the rest of the team as well. Same with Martinez. Both of those players playing with Erik Ten Hag before, they'll know exactly what Erik Ten Hag will want. They'll know that he's not going to take any messing around at Manchester United. And I do think it is really positive signs. I still I still think that we'll come up through, we'll come up against some bumps and difficult games. So I think there's a few areas that I still think that we could strengthen on, and I think if we pick up injuries to key players, then I do think that we will struggle. Just looking at the bench, I think our bench could be stronger in regards. We've brought in, we've signed Casemiro. In regards to Fred, I don't trust him at all. I don't particularly trust Scott McTominay in that midfield area, but it looks like that Erik ten Hag is trusting him alongside Christian Eriksen. No, I thought when we announced the signing of Casemiro, I thought that he would go straight in to that Manchester United midfield, and I honestly thought that would be the end of Scott McTominay and Fred playing in this Manchester United team this season. But I think Scott McTominay, I think he's one of these players who can either play really well or he'll have a really average game. I know there's a lot of United fans out there that rate Scott McTominay. So I think we got a fit starting 11, we've probably got the best option, the best possible options that we've had for the few seasons with the players that we brought in. I think we'll have to sign one or two other players in January, because Erik ten Hag, he is going to rotate this Manchester United team at some point. So I think that's where we may struggle with some of the players that we have. I just don't think they're the right type of quality to play in this Manchester United team. But we all knew that whoever was going to be the next Manchester United manager, it wasn't going to be an overnight thing. It wasn't going to be a long term. It was going to be something that be done for long term. And I think Erik ten Hag we just need to hope that Erik ten Hag will be backed with whatever's happening in regards to the owners. None of us want the Glazers at the football club. Yes, they've spent money during the summer transfer window, but I think that's just to keep us United fans happy and quiet. And they knew they had to spend with the poor start of the season that we had. There has been rumours. I'm not going to go into much of this, because at the moment there's only rumours that they may be possibly ready to sell the football club. Let's hope that is true. And whoever, and if it was true and they did sell, whoever the next owner is of the football club needs to understand the importance on and off the pitch. We need to understand what the football club means to the fans, the history of the football club, and they need to make sure that they can invest heavily in the team and make it successful on the pitch again. So going forwards, we have got some, we've got these two games that we've got to. The game against Crystal Palace that was called off last weekend, and the game against Leeds. Obviously, we've got to find a way to fit those actual two games in somewhere. It's probably not going to be easy, with the games that we got coming up and the World Cup and then we've got the Europa League, and then the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup kicks in January, but we'll probably have to play 2 or 3 games in a week at some point. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. I mean, with the way that if we can carry on this good form, which we won the last 4 in the league, I think if we can get something, get a positive result at Man City in a few weeks' time, then I think I think we could be onto something that title challenging and winning the league. I think we need to put that to one side, and I think we need to take one game at a time. Go into the Man City thing. Hope these players go into the Man City game confident, and hopefully we get a positive result of that game and carry it forward to the next game. Looking at the fixture list after Man City game, you would say pretty much those some of those fixtures, United would be favourites to win. Where do I think that will finish come the end of the season? I'm confident that will finish. I'm confident that will finish top four with a team that we have, and with the manager that we have in Erik. He's not going to take any lesson around at United as manager. I think we've seen that already. I think we will finish in the top four. I think we have to finish in the top four this season. With the poor season we had last season, we can't go. We can't afford to go another season finishing outside the top four. So I think we have to finish in the top four, and I think we also have to win a trophy as well this season. When you think about was it now 5 seasons since we won a trophy? When you talk about the club Manchester United and the history of Manchester United, the fact that we've gone 5 seasons without winning anything, it's not great. So I think we got to win. We need to win the trophy this season. We in the Europa League, we got the Carabao Cup, and we got the FA Cup. You would imagine that Ten Hag would rotate in the Carabao Cup. We rotate in the group stage in the Europa League at times. Not sure about the FA Cup, but I think one of those trophies is, and you got 3 trophies there that are there to be won. I think with the team that we have, I do think that we are capable of winning the Europa League, the Carabao Cup, or the FA Cup. It'd be nice to win a couple of those, and it'd be nice to win a few trophies this season. But I take one, and like I said, I do think that we definitely need to win a trophy. But yeah, we've had a good, turned a bad start to the season around, turned into a positive. Let's hope we can go and get a positive result against Man City after the international break. And just looking at the fixtures after Man City, we got winnable games there. We have got a bit of a tough few games, but after the Man City game, I think the next 2 Premiership games after that, Everton and Newcastle, I think we're kept capable of winning those 2 games comfortably, and then I think we do play Tottenham and Chelsea. Those 2 games are going to be very difficult, but again, I think as long as the belief is there and the right attitude is there by these United players, and I think we are capable of winning those games as well. Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting next couple of months in the league before it all finishes, before the World Cup. Let's hope that the good form continues. Let me know what you thought about the video I put out tonight. Leave your comments in the comment box below. Let me know whether you think. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you think we'll finish in the league. Let us know if you think that we'll win a trophy this season, or what trophy that you'll think we'll win as well. I'll be back in a few weeks for the Man City game. Really looking forward to that. So make sure you tune in and give that a watch. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.